Good evening, viewers, and welcome to today's edition of the News First. A look at the headlines. Union Home Minister Amit Shah addresses inaugural Foundation Day of Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Centre. Meghalaya government has scheduled a meeting with Harijan Panchayat Committee on the last week of September. Social Welfare Minister Paul Lyngdoh convened a high-level meeting with senior officials to discuss drugs abuse. Leader of Opposition Dr. Mukul Sangma criticizes appointment of chairperson for the Meghalaya State Commission for Protection of Child Rights. And Tourism Minister Paul Lyngdoh responded to the agitation of the All Khasi Meghalaya Tourist Taxi Association. And now the news in detail. Union Home Minister Amit Shah today described cyber security as an integral part of national security, saying the centre has planned to train 5,000 cyber commandos in the next 5 years to deal with the cybercrime. He stated this while addressing the first Foundation Day celebration of the Indian Cybercrime Coordination Centre 14C in New Delhi. Shah underlined that the country's progress is not possible without cyber security. He asked all stakeholders to come together to deal with this menace, as cybercrime has no boundary. Highlighting the growing use of the internet in different fields, the minister said that digital transaction and the use of digital data are increasing day by day in the country, which has increased the responsibilities of people involved in cyber security.
Cyber का ये बहुत बड़ा स्तंभ बनने की दिशा में आगे बढ़ रहा है। ये बहुत बड़ा अचीवमेंट I4C का है, इसलिए मैं पूरी टीम को बहुत बहुत बधाई और साधुवाद देना चाहता हूँ।
The Meghalaya government has scheduled a decisive meeting with the Harijan Panchayat Committee HPC in the last week of September, to be chaired by the Chief Secretary. Deputy Chief Minister in charge of Urban Affairs Ngayobha Langdhar confirmed the development, stating that the Harijan Panchayat Committee has requested an extension until the last week of September, and the meeting will now be held at the Chief Secretary level, likely towards the end of the month.
During the last meeting, we give them, they request us 15 days more and we give it. And again, another request coming, they ask till the last week of September, and we already discussed officially, and at the level of Chief Secretary, he will call a meeting with them once more, maybe some in the last part of this month.
Social Welfare Minister Paul Lyngdoh convened a high-level meeting with senior officials from the police, social welfare and law departments to discuss drugs abuse. Addressing the media after the meeting, Lyngdoh informed that they have discussed strategies to combat drug abuse, including the formation of village defence parties or VDPs to strengthen local security and counter drug-related activities. He also informed that the proposals were made to bring the Shillong Cantonment Board area under the Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act to ensure registration of residents.
Leading to the spurt of cases of drug trafficking is the fact that areas falling under the Shillong Cantonment Board have not been responsive and have not been able to tackle the issue of settlers within the jurisdiction of the cantonment area. So a number of suggestions had come up during the meeting, including bringing the area under the MRSSA for immediate registration of residents of that area.
Leader of the Opposition, Dr. Mukul Sangma, said that the appointment of former Tura MP Agatha K. Sangma as the chairperson of the State Commission for Protection of Child Rights, SCPCR, is only one part that reflects the state government, which is running under nepotism and favouritism, urging the public to see for themselves of various other privileges and facilities from various line departments being provided, and one such is from the police department. The leader of the opposition said that he would be demanding for a meeting of the State Security Security Commission to take cognizance of the unnecessary wastage of money from the public exchequer by misusing the police.
With which they have been running this government with complete sense of impunity. Now, it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. It goes beyond. It doesn't end in the notified person facilities which are eligible for those incumbent political appointees. No, it goes beyond that. You go and see for yourself of various other privileges and facilities from different line departments which are being provided to them. One is the police department, okay? One is the police department. I will be demanding for a State Security Commission meeting to take cognizance of this unnecessary wastage of money from public exchequer by misusing the police authorities.
Social Welfare Minister Paul Lyngdoh defended the appointment of Agatha Sangma as chairperson of the Meghalaya State Commission for Protection of Child Rights, citing her experience in Parliament, educational qualifications and public service background. Lyngdoh clarified that Sangma's appointment was made under thorough due diligence and following the decline of the initial recommended candidate. He dismissed allegation of favoritism, emphasizing the importance of qualification and experience in the appointment process.
Allegations will always come whether we appoint A, B or C. But the important matter, which I have also shared with you in the past, was that we had already approached and identified an individual whom we had recommended as chairperson of the Child Rights Commission. I think on Saturday last, when we had met as a cabinet, the name of Ms. Agatha Sangma was proposed. This was after we have done due diligence on the matter, considering her experience in Parliament, considering her educational qualification, and also considering the fact that she has had long innings in public service.
Leader of the opposition, Dr. Mukul Sangma, on Monday said that he will be making ground visits to see the implementation of the Jal Jeevan Mission JJM in Meghalaya. The leader of the opposition said that everybody knows that this government will always be in denial mode by saying that data is available. Sangma also said that the state government won the best performance state in the implementation of the JJM because of the so-called data smart paperworks. Leader of the opposition and Trinamool Congress legislator Dr. Mukul Sangma hit out at the government for lacking sincerity to ensure fiscal discipline, even as he alleged that there could be a malified intention from the beginning. He said that when he was the chief minister in charge of the finance department, he used to look up indicators like debt to gross state domestic product or GSDP ratio. According to him, these are the indicators which are required to be set as targets.
The fiscal deficit target set, because earlier during our time, before the amendment of the FRBM Act, there was an amendment. Subsequent amendment was resorted to by the present government also. And that is what I'm saying. They have amended certain portion in order to create this provision for them to borrow more. So they say that, oh, it is allowed, it is allowed. I'm telling you, both government of India have also, to a great extent, have not examined it properly and have agreed. That's why they piggy right on the government of India sometimes. But fiscal discipline is a fiscal discipline. If there is a deviation from fiscal discipline, it doesn't mean that only state government may be deviating from the fiscal discipline. It may be union government also is also deviating from the fiscal discipline.
The HYC Ribhoi district on Monday elected the office bearers for the HYC killing unit, confirming their position in accordance with HYC's constitutional norms. The newly elected office bearers are committed to serving the community in the killing area of Ribhoi district. The newly appointed officials include Bisharlang Rupasi as president, Shanbor Bandara and Philos Taryang as vice presidents, and Everlasting Lamin as general secretary along with other members. The Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad ABVP organized the Patokan Sangma Best Student Award 2024 ceremony at the District Auditorium, Tura. The event held on Monday celebrated outstanding academic achievements of students from the region. The chief guest, Biswajit Daimari, Honorable Speaker of the Assam Legislative Assembly, commended the award recipients for their dedication to education and stressed the importance of academic excellence in nation building. The guest of honor, Bernard N. Marak, MDC of Garo Hills Autonomous District Council, encouraged the students to continue striving for excellence and to contribute positively to society.
Organizing this, I'm actually invited to the program which is being organized by the ABVP, Thogan Ningmanja Best Student Award. Okay. And this is the program which the ABVP is organizing every year. And I have been associated with ABVP for quite many years.
Tourism Minister Paul Lyngdoh responded to the agitation of the All-Khasi Meghalaya Tourist Taxi Association by advocating for unity among associations and highlighting the imbalance in the market with a shortfall of 3,000 vehicles to ferry tourists. He also said that it is important that various associations should come under a single platform. He further said two stakeholders, a level meeting, have been held with various groups connected to the tourism sector, including transporters, hoteliers, homestay owners, drivers association and guides.
With everybody connected with the tourism sector, including transporters, including hoteliers, homestay owners, drivers associations, guides. All of these have been involved in 2 rounds of discussions. What emerged from that discussion was that a number of issues were flagged, but it's very important that the various associations come under a single platform.
The third All Marangar Ex-Servicemen and Service Association AME&SA Knockout Football Tournament organized by AME&SA has come to an exciting conclusion. The final match was held between Yo Molong FC and Lappadur FC Umden. The closing ceremony was graced by the MLA of Nongpo, Merulbon's AIM, as a chief guest. He was accompanied by key members of the association and other prominent leaders of the region. The Yo Molong FC emerged victorious at the final match by defeating Lappadur FC with a score of 2-0. The winning team was awarded with a cash prize of rupees 20,000 along with a trophy, while the runners-up team received rupees 15,000 and a trophy. And now here is the weather report. The maximum temperature recorded was 25.3 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 17.3 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity in the morning was 79%, while in the evening it stood at 89%. Rainfall recorded was 1.9 millimeters. The forecast: light to moderate rainfall and thunder shower is very likely to occur at a few places. And before we conclude, a look at the headlines once again. Union Home Minister Amit Shah addresses inaugural Foundation Day of Indian Cybercrime Coordination Centre. Meghalaya government has scheduled a meeting with Harijan Panchayat Committee on the last week of September. Social Welfare Minister Paul Lyngdoh convened a high-level meeting with senior officials to discuss drugs abuse. Leader of the opposition, Dr. Mukul Sangma, criticizes appointment of chairperson for Meghalaya State Commission for Protection of Child Rights. And Tourism Minister Paul Lyngdoh responded to the agitation of the All-Khasi Meghalaya Tourist Taxi Association. And that's a wrap of today's edition of the news. Thank you very much for joining us. And from all of us here, it's wishing you good night.